Ooh, quick channel update. I'm trying not to get involved in too many arguments. Content. Arguments usually happen on Facebook. Electric vans and stuff and stupidity. Another message from Street Video Reviewer, very good, is asking about the log burners. So I've messaged, I've replied with the Nottinghamshire Energy Trust's costings for energy, heat, gas, logs, all that stuff, right? But essentially, a log burner has to be seasoned wood. But you can get multi-fuel burners as well, yeah. So it's cheaper than an air source heat pump. However, if you can get wood free or cheap, then you save money. That's the advantage of it, and that's why the government's trying to stop it. But it is a lot of work as well, so it's not that cheap, It depends if you have the time to go finding wood and stuff, and getting a chainsaw and all that sort of palaver. Anyway, right, so quickly, I'm trying to not get involved in an argument here. This guy, a YouTuber, Tom Cowling, I watched half the video. He's talking about where is it? Well, what he's talking about is how the government are trying to get rid of cars. So he's done a video about it, and there's somebody referring him to Hubnut. That's Ian Seabrook. Now, I've already went off Ian Seabrook. I used to watch Hubnut a lot, all his videos. I don't watch any of his videos now, and I'm not subscribed. And on a point of principle, I just got upset, I suppose, by when I realised what he was really about. So I don't watch him. So basically, what is it now? Where is it? Now, All British Car Club. Oh, where the hell's the bit going? Right, this one here, here it is. This thread. So this guy says, another guy on YouTube has actually read the proposals and explains why they're not coming for all cars. He's called Ian Seabrook, has a channel called Hubnut. So Tom Cowling goes, see, I'm talking about a different side of it. Ian's video is correct, though as mine, just two different perspectives. Fair enough, says this guy. A lot of misinformation going about from some who have half read a headline and extrapolated. Tom, my aim is to combat it. I think you may know who I'm referring to, a certain person who just scaremongers for views. I don't know who he's talking about. Is it Jeff buys cars? I don't know. So what I said was, and this is how I feel about Hubnut. Well, when I realised Hubnut was a bit of a twat was when he did a video about 20 miles per hour speed limits in Wales, and he totally missed the whole point of the 20 miles per hour speed limits. It's just all he spoke about was the speed, which is not got anything to do with it. The political aspects, the climate, claptrap. For somebody that's a motoring person, I just found it appalling that he would support 20 miles per hour speed limits. And then I sort of realised he was a lefty, a real lefty, a socialist, an EU, his comments with the EU. These people are traitors, right? But anyway, So this guy says to me, so I said, Hubnut has limited insight into the bigger picture. I wouldn't trust everything he says or be careful as he will and are chucking motorists under the bus. So that's how I feel about Ian Seabrook. So then he comes back. I haven't answered this yet. Lucinda, he's read the actual document from the EU website, as have I. So that instantly, I don't live in the EU. Neil Gorin doesn't live in the EU. Ian Seabrook doesn't live in the EU. So, am I missing something here? Why are we reading a document from the EU website to find out the future of our cars? That they're going to get rid of our cars. I don't get that at all. That's an instant problem for me. Why would I be reading a document from somewhere where a country, well, it's a union that has no jurisdiction? Well, have they? Are we still following the EU? He's far more on message regarding this than the paranoia messages in the press or in some YouTube videos. I suggest downloading and reading it yourself. It's long and tedious. As I suspect, a bit like yourself, most journalists fall asleep at page 3, and most YouTubers are reporting what they've read in the Express. So he's trying to rubbish people as they're, trying to disrespect their opinions, that they're just reading gutter newspapers, and that they're not as intelligent as he is, that they're not going to read this report from the EU. I need to do a bit of research into this before I answer this. I mean, Neil Gorin, I don't know who he's talking about here. Brendan Coffey. It sounds like he thinks Ian is a con man and not to be trusted. Does he mean me? I don't think so. I think he's talking about Tom Cowling. I don't know. So this other idiot. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who believe every conspiracy and misreading of everything without ever being able to answer the question, but why would they do that? So it's not a conspiracy. They've already introduced clean air zones, so I can't take 3 of my vehicles into Glasgow. I can't take them into Oxford. I have to pay to take them into London. I can't take them into Bristol. Soon I won't be able to take them into Edinburgh. That's not a conspiracy. That's happening, right? 20 miles per hour zones in Scotland. Zones in Scotland, they are happening. They have these zones everywhere. That's happening. So that's not a conspiracy theory. So they've already taken half the road away. They've taken, so I've paid for that infrastructure through tax. Everybody has, right? Every single person's paid tax, one way or the other. And you're paying for the infrastructure, and they're taking it away from you. That's not a conspiracy theory, that's happening. Right? The next thing, it's going to be road charging. So all these things are real, and they are happening. It's not a conspiracy theory. At the same time, I think you have to sort of take the worst case scenario and accept that it's a possibility. But, you can't do the opposite. But it doesn't mean to say that you have to totally assume all the worst things are actually going to happen. But so far, bad things are happening. So it's not a conspiracy theory. Right, so let's have a look at this tosser. Right, I don't like him. I just don't like him at all. Oh, look at him with MGB. He'll be one of these. He's an EU lover, isn't he? I don't understand. Can somebody maybe explain to me why somebody in Great Britain, as I live in Scotland, and Ian Seabrook lives in Wales, and I assume he lives in England, why would you read a document from a different country? I don't get that at all. Or do we all follow the EU? Is that what it is? Isn't that why we voted to leave the EU? Digital creator. What a fanny. Total fanny. Nevada. Another one. See them lot, people like him, they really are well off. They're privileged and well off. And they're not to be trusted. Because they're slimy bastards. I wouldn't trust any of them. What? Maybe he's not that bad, I don't know. Did you know that RAC is a sex? Is this a joke? Me neither. My wife had 2 punctures 2 years ago after hitting something in the road. RC community helped her to a tyre depot. No fuss, no rounds. I've gone into a hidden pothole today, knocked off 2 tyres. Exactly the same scenario. Alright, okay. And I refused to come out unless I pay an accident fee over £120. There's no accident, it's 2 punctures. Same policy, same damage, only difference, I'm not a lone female. They even suggested I call my insurer. Absolutely disgusting. The only thing I could see there is that was 2 years ago. Or is it because you're not a lone female? I mean, how would I get around that? Well, I'd take a pump with me now, and I know that shit can happen, yeah, but yeah, I mean, so you had 2 punctures. So it's the same policy. It's the same policy. You had 2 punctures. I just think it's. So your wife had 2 punctures 2 years ago, hitting something in the road, right? I suppose that can happen, right? And then I've gone into a hidden pothole today. A hidden pothole. You know, you mean a pothole? So he's trying to cover his incompetence, right? He's driven into a pothole, a hidden pothole. You know, most potholes have a big, huge fucking sign in them saying, "Hello, I'm a pothole." Knocked off 2 tyres, exactly the same scenario, and they refused to come out. Well, I would as well. You're a fucking idiot. Unless I pay an accident fee over £120. There's no accident. It's 2 punctures. Same policy, same damage. Only difference I'm not a lone female. So they looked after your wife, you fucking idiot. I don't know. That's weird. That's fucking strange. That like. It's got a Volvo. 2 new tyres, both got cuts in them. Oh, fucking hell, what a toss-up, eh? Oh, they've got cuts in the tyres. At least local tyre was able to come out for vastly less than the RAC wanted. They've taken the wheels for 2 new tyres. Well, obviously you're going to... Yeah, so that happened, didn't it, when you went in... He must be a useless driver. That's the only thing I can think. Gender fluidity. Well, it's because women are seen as being vulnerable, you know. So the problems I would have in that scenario would be they wouldn't believe I'm a woman, right? So they wouldn't fucking come out for me either. I'd be fucking left to sort it out myself. So what a fucking tit you are, you know. What a fucking absolute twat. Well, we'll leave it at that. Right, so channel update held for review. Sorry, stop messing about. So this guy, J McGhee. I keep disliking these videos and saying don't recommend channel. Why can I still see them? Well, what are you asking me for? You know, it's like, why ask me? You know? It's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing with these people that like I'll go and have a look at this. Watch this, right? Let's have a look at YouTube. Let's go into YouTube, right? Right, so I'll show you how it works for me anyway. So there's a video there, behaviour pattern. So that's all I don't get there. That's me signed in. Is it because he's not signed in or something? I don't know. There's skate, you know that. Aye, right enough. Wait a minute. Not all of these I'm subscribed to. I'm not subscribed to that, but they're putting stuff that they think I'm interested in. So cave diving, I'm interested in. So there's the McMaster and McGuy. Australian guy. Well, he's English, but he lives in Australia. So I'm no too keen on Sky, but that's there. So there's Sky. I don't really want to read that, right? So am I forced to click on that? Or that one there? I like George Galloway actually, but I don't want to click on that one there. Green Dot Aviation. I like him, right? I'll watch that. Or that thing about Jimmy Savile. I'll watch that. You are not Jordan Peterson. You're not obligated to associate with people who are making your life worse. It's okay to surround yourself with people who are helping you be better, to shy away from people who are willing to drag you down. You're not obligated. So I've clicked on that, right? So you're not obligated to associate with people who are trying to damage structure your being. Move away from people like that. So, no, like Jordan Peterson didn't come along and force me to read that. You know, it was like, there's Neil Oliver. I like Neil Oliver, but I maybe I don't feel like watching them right now, right? So there's the shorts. There's me, right? So you see me. You know, so it says number 11 at Lower Palmays, and there's me. Do you want to click on it? Or you didn't? You know, or there's Jordan Peterson. There's Jeff Buys Cars, eco-protester, oil idiot. There's that's Alba Galavanter. He does buses. So sometimes I might click on him if I feel like it. Not all the time. Sometimes, right? Alba Galavanter. He goes around looking at buses. If you don't like looking at buses, don't click on it, right? It's that simple. Yeah, Craig Houston, you know, he talks about the SNP, talks about how idiotic they are, so I like him. I'll watch him occasionally. This guy, I don't really know. I've seen a couple of his videos. I'm not too sure about him, but that's okay. There's Mr. Ballin. You know, there's all these things. It doesn't mean I even agree with all these people, but I find their videos interesting. Cabin crew does right. Look at the state of her. Schemy. She looks like a schemy. So the point is, I don't see how I'm being. As you've seen, I was browsing through here and I clicked on one of Jordan Peterson's messages. Well, what is it? It's a post, right? So I found that and I clicked on it. Nobody forced me. So this guy's full of shit. I really don't get it. Jeff Buys Cars, right? You know, he's very popular. You know, I think that's who they were referring to. Jeff Buys Cars. Hubnut. Hubnut's a twat, really is. You know, he's one of these lefty types that's going to drop you right in the shit. You know, that's what I got off him when I was listening to him. Selfish, you know, don't really have much balls, you know. They won't stand up and be counters. They'll look after themselves though, that type of person. They'll look after themselves. You know, it's the hypocrisy of it. I think a lot of the people that are no happy that we come out of the EU, likes of him, he's like that. The main real solid reason is because it doesn't suit them. Because they were used to just popping across the channel and they didn't have to bother so much. And that's what pisses them off. And that doesn't apply to me because I live in Scotland. It's too far to get to Folkestone, you know, for it to be a flippant thing. Because in Scotland you're that bit further away. I think that's what likes of Seabrook is like. That's not, you know, no, I'm going to start getting personal about him. It's not fair. You know, good luck to him, but I don't agree with what he says. I think he'd be better if he stayed out of politics. You know, that's the thing. Well, I suppose I am really, but well, no, I think I'm wrong there because I'm being hypocritical there. Let's go on with this. It's 20 minutes and you're still talking crap. Right, sorry, this is supposed to be a quick video. Let's do it quickly. Right, get back to what you were talking about. Right, held for review. This numpty, J McGhee. We're going to block him from the channel. So he's got 1 subscriber, J McGhee. Well, we can maybe do a wee search. Hide user from the channel. I don't want to listen to you whining about not liking my videos, though. So let's see if we can find them on here. J McGhee. How do you spell it? J McGhee. Where was it again? No. See, I've fucking lost it already. J McGhee. McGhee. What's it as? God, there's a few of them on there. That could be him. Recovery and vehicle movers. Because that's the sort of person that would, would be. I don't think it's him, he looks too friendly. Mesh lingerie. I don't think it's him. I think it's him. It's him, aye. Aye, looks the type, doesn't he? The tattoos and everything. Oh, wow. Lives in Glasgow. Panel beater. Vehicle movers. I don't know. Might not be. So is it this one? That dog looks nice. I don't think it's him either. Engineer manager. J McGhee, engineer manager at Barony University Products, worked at Balance, Kilmarnock from Bellsall, North Lanarkshire. I don't think it's him. No, it's not him. Look, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I think it's the guy with the tattoos. Am I sort of racist against people with tattoos? Oh, the Kelpies. J McGhee. Who's from endangered Canadian for something like that, but kind of using it's a renewable resource. Yeah. Greenwashing UK government. Drax. Yeah, Ecoopers still burning rare forest wood. This guy's right. I don't think it's him. Or maybe it is. Pictures landslide in Rossshire village. Plockton. Is it? First attempt. Latest trust comment. I like Nigel Farage. The far right. He's not far right, you fucking idiot. Yeah, he's saying some pretty. Whoever this is has actually got some sensible stuff here. Thing about Drax. Save our NHS. Oh God. Right. I mean, okay. Right. Stop fanning around here. You're spending too much time. Just block him and move on. Jesus Christ! What a carry on. Try to find a J McGhee. It's pointless. Waste of time. Right. You've done it. Right. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Bye.